Well, good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of Monday Moment. We're doing this one a little bit later in the day, just to do it a little differently and because I wasn't in the office at noon. So anyway, so this week what we're going to do is we're going to talk just a little bit about what happens around here on a week in between performances. Because a lot of times people think, oh, the show's up and running, you don't have to do anything anymore. You guys are just sitting around hanging out on Facebook and posting on your Instagrams and whatevers. While we may be doing that, but there's also a lot more going on around here as well, because there is really always something going on. And so what we're going to do today is we're just going to kind of walk around the building and talk about what happens in the various parts of the building in these in-between weeks. And so right now here we're in my office, and you can see on my monitors here, though I guess they're reversed so you can't read everything. Anyway, there's always stuff going on. Working on the thank you follow-up emails for people who attended Lion in Winter last weekend. You can see the patchwork quilt that is my calendar there, and just taking care of a lot of office and administrative things right now. But now we're gonna get up, and hopefully we keep our wireless connection here and we don't lose the feed as I'm traveling throughout the building. Coming down here into the green room, and right now, the green room is actually kind of, it's empty right now. It's and it's quiet because it's not Wednesday. And it's kind of clean too. But, one of the things that happens in these in-between weeks are that show laundry needs to be done, and various bits of cleaning and repairs if the actors broke anything over the weekend. All that stuff gets done. And you guys literally just missed Cindy Wilson, one of our board members and costume volunteers. She just stopped in and picked up costumes that needed to be cleaned. There you can see the dressing room. The costumes are hanging up all nice from Lion in Winter, just waiting and ready for next weekend. So we're going to come out here into the auditorium now. I'm going to try to do this whole thing backwards. We'll see what happens. So here, it's dark. So here we are in the auditorium. We're going to come back to the auditorium in just in a little bit and talk about kind of what happens in here this week. But so we're going to come this way. This is also kind of like taking a little guided tour. So this is a trek that I do probably about 10 to 15 times a day, walking from my office up to the lobby to talk to Elena. So you're kind of living a day in my life. And now we're coming out here in the lobby. I do want to take a moment here in the lobby to point out along the wall here, we have a photography exhibit that is up in conjunction with this production. Be sure to come in. These are photographs that were taken about a year ago, and they are kind of behind the scenes. And they're really some really cool photographs. So be sure you come in and you take a look at some of these pictures. Because like I said, they're really pretty neat. And it's something kind of different that we haven't done before, having art display here. So now I'm going to flip the camera around so I can talk to Elena. And there we go. And there's Elena!
Hi!
Hi, Elena. So, talk to us a little bit about what it is that you do in this week in between performances.
Yeah, well, my first thing that I usually do right away on a Monday is do the sales report for the week. Usually when we have, we just kind of do some financial stuff, and when we have a show that weekend, we have a little more money coming in than usual, so it's a little bit more in depth. So that's kind of the first thing I do, and then just kind of cleaning up and hopefully selling some tickets too.
That's right. So there are still tickets available for Lion in Winter, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. The Mondays after show weekend are, sometimes kind of slow, just because everyone's reeling from the weekend and hopefully telling all of their friends and family about the amazing show that they saw. But yeah, there are definitely still tickets available.
Excellent. Anything else for people they may not know about what happens in between?
Not really. Just mostly it's just kind of a lot of the kind of paperwork and financial stuff that we do in between. and just kind of making sure that the lobby and the theater is all clean for the next weekend.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you. We'll let you get back to work there. As I flip the camera, there I am. Okay, so we've come back around, and now we're going to run into the concession stand, and we're going to head back into the auditorium. You know, one of the other things that also happens in this week in between is that we do edit and post all the production pictures for the show, and I know Elena was downloading those earlier, and so those will be posted maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight, just depends on what I have to do yet today. So we are back here in the auditorium, and you know, something else that happens too is, like I said, sometimes we have to do some repairs because, you know, actors get excited when they're performing a show, and sometimes things break or they just wear out. I don't think anything broke on the show this weekend. I wasn't here for all the performances this weekend. Oh, there, now I have a halo. But anyway, I do want to say, speaking of performances, I want to give a huge shout out to the cast and crew of Lion in Winter. They really did a remarkable job. Tyler Rinney, who directed the show, did a great job of directing something that, you know, is not a kid show, which is what he usually directs. And so this is a really different kind of show, and it's a show that is really, really good. And also a huge shout out to the members of the cast for doing such a terrific job. I saw the show on Friday night, on opening night. I wasn't able to be here on Saturday or Sunday, but saw the show opening night, and they do a real powerhouse job. And so transitioning to that, oh, you are very welcome, Ashley. I just saw her comment there. Speaking of that, so we're going to look out here, and oh, look, there's empty seats out here behind me, and there should be empty seats behind me right now because, you know, there's not a performance. Otherwise, I would wonder why someone is sitting out here. But we need to make sure that there are not empty seats out here this weekend. So make sure that you get your tickets to see Lion in Winter. It really is a remarkable production, and it's the sort of show that we don't have the opportunity to do very often. And so we really want to make sure you take advantage of that opportunity to see such a powerful, but also humorous. It is surprisingly funny. Yeah, I won't give it away, but it is really funny. So make sure you come out and see that. You know, even though it's quiet in the building right now, there's, as always, a lot going on around here. On Wednesday, our Acting Up kids continued their rehearsals, and there's various meetings and things happening this week. We've got a board meeting next week. I'm actually out of the office for a few days this week because I'm going to a class. So yeah, just a lot of exciting things going on, and we want you to be a part of it. So make sure that you get your tickets for Lion in Winter, continuing this weekend, Friday, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2. And there's just a lot of other great things going on in Beatrice this week too. I will just quick mention over at the Carnegie Building, there is an art display from the Beatrice Area Arts Council, photography by one of the photographers who we saw here in the lobby. Also, he has a full exhibit over at the Carnegie Building, and also Main Street Beatrice, one of our friends and partners, has their big fundraiser this Friday, Taste of Spring. So you can go to Taste of Spring and then come to the show, because the timing actually works out perfectly. So do that, support two great organizations. So a shout out to Main Street there. And okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up because it's getting close to time for me to go home because I'm rambling now. So thanks a lot for joining us, and we will see you next week.